Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? Okay. So, yes. Got to get a good sound for the stream. That'll work. That'll work. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode. Anyway, quite the week we're having in the world of people disagreeing with other people about things and life. So, happy to see everybody again. What's going on, Catherine? Synthetic, what's up? What's up? What's up, Paul? Wagyu, what's up? And how about Hillbilly Overlander, what up? What up, Rainbow Mess? I think that hits everybody except Matt Z. What's up? So, yeah. What can we say? Also, you guys have to let me know if the mic sounds better today. I changed one thing. I was thinking it was a little bit dull, so I adjusted the EQ. Anywho, so we'll talk about some of that stuff in a bit. But, yes. How's everybody doing? I am hopefully on the good side of sickness, because it seems every time I go into a public place with like 100 or more people, automatic sickness. It didn't used to happen in the past. Now it happens every time. So it's kind of concerning, unfortunately, for everything. Awesome. I'm glad that it sounds crisp and tubey. Okay, good. Less sick than last week. We take those. Yes. Can't do that other month that I was sick. That was too much. I can't do that. Oh, nice. So, I'm sure a lot of you have seen, which I think is probably the main video that people are either, putting the wagons around or whatever you want to call it in either camp. We'll talk about that in a bit. This week I did bad things. So, it is what it is. Let's go over here. Oh, yeah. So anyways, I had a little fun and bought some pedals today. I think I'm going to try to finish what my version of a good Moog pedal board would be. And I have two more on the way. So the Chorus and Flange mini Fogers. Those are the last two that I really feel like I would need. Even though I love the Way Huge Chorus, I just wanted an all Moog pedal board. And I was trying not to spend the money, and then I spent it. So, better luck next month, Steven, What's up, Ben? I did. That was my first mistake today, was doing what I shouldn't have done and buying them. $673. I feel like the flange gets better reviews than the Chorus or whatever, but like, I don't know. 1, 2. Yeah, I could fit all of them on there. Then we'll be perfect. Everything will be perfect after that. Yes. Can't wait to foog the moogs. Fogue the Mogs. Wait, what's going on? Missing Travarsi, Ricky, and Alex's set tonight. Where at? Because like it's clearly here. I could be there, wherever they are. If they are somewhere, tell me where they are, and I will go there. If it is a place, a venue. Because they can't not live in LA and not invite me. Horrible. Yeah, Satellite Fires, what's going on? I do. That was the last mini Foger I bought, was the delay. The delay was like... Oh, we're drifting over here. What's going on? A lot of drift. Anyway, I bought that one also on Reverb. I bought all of them on Reverb for... It cost me the most. I think it was like $450 or something. Way more expensive than I really wanted to spend, but it was what it was, you know? Gold Digger's Bar. Interesting. Here's our Around the Web for tonight. Ready? It's time for Around the Web. Around the computer screen. Here we are. Gold Digger's Bar is on Santa Monica. I know this place. What's going on here? Okay. Gold Digger's Bar, huh? And I'm not invited. Let's see. Oh, dope. It looks dope. Let's see. Where they have like a... Do they have like a... Events? Let's go here. Damn, Date Night's gonna play with us today? Wow. Now I have to go. God, this guy. This guy. Oh, it's on Dice too. Sorry, I'm having an entirely other conversation. Just a moment while I text Ricky. Just a moment. All right. So anyway, yo, Wagyu, have a good one. Yo, Overlander, I will. He's gonna like text me back in like 5 seconds. So, no, date nights from Long Beach, supposedly. At least that's how I remember it to be. I think she's from Long Beach. Yeah. Oh wait, Raghu said, never mind, Wigger, I reread that. An hour, I mean, I feel like eight is like, I mean, it should be through midnight. I mean, come on. It should be through midnight. No, if I go, dang, I'll let Ricky decide. Because I don't want to go if I'm semi-sick. That might be a bad idea. All right. Ricky has texted me 3 times now. Good crowd. Parking is hell. Damn. Oh. If I wasn't... Damn. So anyways, it's good to live in a city with other people who are your friends. But then again, I mean, how many days a week in a row do I need to see Ricky? Yeah, I just won't tell anyone. Nobody will know what I do with my life secretly. So yeah, what else is around the web? Let's go to Moog's website. So, oh, I saw this today. I don't know what this is, but a Mavis EP. So let's see. This website is, the setup is like beautiful, but also trash. So, Aura presents a 7-song collection of Mavis-centered ambient compositions. Listen to the Mavis EP. Watch exclusive performances. Okay. So, Aura is a artist who did a whole EP sort of surrounding the Mavis, which is interesting in a way. Let's see if we can find. So maybe he used this. This is his like thing. They give a little. They're giving a little. I don't know, info thing here. So let's go to listen to this real quick. Did anybody listen to this? Okay. We have some listeners of Oma. So let's listen to the Mavis EP. Oh, good. It's on Bandcamp. So let me silence this and see if we can hear this. I like it. I like the sounds. Sounds good. All right, the second track. It's always about the second track. That's when that's the true telling of anything. It's the second track. I don't really know about Aura. Let's find out while we're here. Cool. Oh, hell yeah. The Subharmonicon EP. Hell yeah. Screw this. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. All right, that's great, but the Subharmonicon EP. Second track is always where you go. Made only with the Moog subharmonicon. Yeah, it sounds like a harmonic subharmonicon for sure. That resonance, it's just like it's a different sound for sure. Very peaking, very. All right, 6. Absolutely. It's just it's sounds organic, much more organic than say like the sub 37, you know? Like the open voices of the subharmonicon, it's such like unique voicings. All right, that's great. I'm gonna listen to that. I always thought of doing a full subharmonicon EP just because it'd be cool, but I can't do anything. I can't finish anything. So, you know, there's that. Anywho. It's time. We got to get into this. Got to get into this. Let's go. All right. It has a nice hot output. So I will say that's a good thing. All right. So the impulse command is kind of unique, but also kind of not, right? I always wanted to get one, you know, like a impulse command, just to try out. And so far, I'm trying to see what this is really all about. Good question, Catherine. Borrowed from Zounds. This was like one of their, you know, somebody brought it back like open box or something. So I borrowed it. I would, this is like a little bit too risky for me to even think about like buying. It's just too not me in a sense. But I do like a lot of stuff about it. I'm trying to find like the uniqueness inside of itself. You can do some patching, but I'm trying to see the uniqueness inside of it on its own. So what I've done right now, what you're hearing is the jack. Hold on. Pitch, jack, sequence. Okay. What you're hearing is basically it playing itself. It's just going down the sequencer off of the LFO2. That's how it's like triggering the sequence, is LFO2's pulse. But none of these do anything note-wise. They do other CV stuff. So you can turn these down. So you can do a lot of different moves. But there's no pitches. It's all like control voltage stuff attached to other parameters. But you can have pitches if you plug a patch cable from the sequence step to the pitch of both oscillators. You can also just do one if you wanted. So now we can get notes. And you have a left and a right filter. So this will be on your right. Most likely everybody will hear this. Resonance is here. And of course you have effects, which are getting used right now. That's dry. Something cool is like you can do this to the second pitch. You have like a sub oscillator. You have like reverbs and stuff over here too. So it's like, I'm still wondering about, I know there's like tons of possibilities, but do I want to, has my curiosity been piqued? That's the real question. I'm trying to figure out. And I don't know. I mean, there's like, I like the raw sound. That's what I like, actually. I like the raw sound. The raw sound is very nice. But what does it do that I want to do that I don't already have? It sounds very organic and juicy. I love it for that tone. Function wise, I don't know. Like, where do you go from here? And I feel very similar. I think there'd be a lot of happy accidents, but as a platform, I think it's a little bit tough for me to fully understand. I think that I would want, and I kind of looked around for videos. It seemed like they hooked it up to a keyboard every time. So, and I don't want to do that. I want it to be a standalone box. So the problems for me are that, one, it might need more work to get it to be its own thing on its own, right? And two, it doesn't seem, first off, there's no quantizer. It's an analog step sequencer. And for someone like me, I need to have that kind of control, you know? To me, it's kind of like the Malevolent synthesizer, where like some of the tones here, you know, they're very rock and roll, you know, very piercing type sounds. Like, that's a very nice That's a very nice tone. The peak isn't even like high. The resonance isn't crazy. Let's turn up the delay a little bit. Someone from Analog Solutions is going to watch this video somehow. Even when I watched the Sonic State video, they hooked up like a keyboard, and I was automatically like, ugh, annoying. I didn't want that. I didn't like that. But I mean, I think everything deserves like a second look. I'm going to stick with it. Watch some more tutorials. Understand how to best get, what I can out of it. And I hope to have an aha moment. I mean, sometimes you get something and you really... Well, first off, I don't think people should ever do that. Buy something without knowing what the hell it does. But I was hoping to have an aha moment. Like, this is something I genuinely was like, oh, I hope I have an aha moment here. But I'm having sort of a oh moment. Not an aha moment. But it's very raw and it feels very emotional. You know? Yeah, I'm going to dive more into the patch bay. While it is a lot fewer points than I think a lot of people might be looking for. Some of this stuff's cool too. This PWM section over here does like some cool stuff. Just like the filter, I think is good too. The filter really like, yeah. See, it's interesting. It's very interesting to me. All right. This will be our background. Yeah, I had to get a mellower thing going here. This will be our background sound. Yeah. Turn that down a little bit. There you go. All right. Perfect. Background sound achieved. Ba-da-da-da. So, as most of you know, I think just the world of like music YouTube, music and music production, which is all part of music YouTube, right? There's like artist YouTube and then there's like musician YouTube. And I count musician YouTube as people who aren't just artists or musicians, but also perform with items for musicians, if this makes sense, right? Katy Perry's a musician, but she doesn't necessarily demonstrate things to musicians as well. So like, a lot of people count in that category. So people like me, or, Nare Soul, or Jeremy, Red Means Recording, any of these people. There's a community of, let's just say, reaction YouTube channels. Maybe not reaction in nature, but they do reactions to other channels in the music YouTube niche, right? And I think like I'm a person who doesn't care or doesn't get involved in I don't make videos enough to really care. But I'm learning that like there is a very large divide between what many people think about being a music YouTuber, right? There's certain people who want to make a living off of being a musician on YouTube, right? There are people who are very purist about the way that they believe it should be. The non-business side, they want it to just remain an art form. And, there's other people who are in the middle, right? So I'm realizing that like, there's so many different viewpoints that it can border now because of just the scope of the entertainment space in this music YouTube thing. It could sort of like border on drama, and it all sort of felt like it started, even though it was going on before that, it all felt like it started with Ben Jordan and Av McCree's video about the Akai MPC keys or whatever, where it was a video and then a response to a video and then a response to a response and then a short about a response and then a final response, and I thought, oh, that's great. That's good. Very opportunistic. I mean, I think that's a good way to that works that works everywhere else, right? Where you make a video about a person who's a hot topic and, it's just that goes on and on and on. But I kind of feel like this space is going to turn into a drama space. And I was very happy with it remaining a very, people put out music, people put out videos, people are friends and watch other people's videos, and people teach people. But it's like anything else. I think it's time for it to sort of cross over into that side of YouTube. And yeah, 2023, I believe, is going to be that year. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And yeah, I think, people like synth punk, like he probably started it, but I always thought of synth punk as like, that's a character, right? Like no real person can actually feel that way as a like person at that age in life. Maybe I'm just not old enough yet to understand that, but like I always think of that as like, it's like Mr. Wilson, right? Like it's like he's always mad at Dennis, but he loves Dennis. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a thing. But yeah, I think the larger channels reacting to reacting space, and like there's so many channels. So I don't know. I don't know. I will not ever make a reaction to anybody's video ever. Only because, one, that would be the weirdest thing in the world if I made a reaction to a video, because I don't even make videos. But yeah. The idea right now about getting paid for videos and things like this is a very big it is a very big talking point right now. There's obviously Jeremy's video regarding the addressing the brands. You know, I saw a lot of comments not very happy with that video, basically saying, oh, you're jaded, oh, you're naming your own worth, oh, you're XYZ. And the thing is, or, you know, get a real job. Obviously, if you had a real job, you'd have to work. So, but a bunch of stuff. Sorry, let me check Enrique's text. What did Enrique say? Okay, damn, Enrique's on 10 to 11. Ooh, dang. I'm gonna try to. If I literally leave here, I might be able to do it. Okay. So, yeah. What did y'all think about that? And also, I think I want to interpret Jeremy's video in my opinion, because I actually talked to him as a person. So I don't want to put words in his mouth. But people, when they were basically saying, you're an idiot for trying to siphon money, you're only worth what someone will pay you. Okay, so here's the thing. He's coming from the position of someone like me, but on a very different side of it when we're talking about lifestyle and whatever. So it's like, number one, I don't do YouTube for my job. I don't care to do it for my job. But as I've always said, if something happens in my life and I need to sell out, sure, I guess that's what's going to happen. But I prefer to keep it much purer than that, so I do. Jeremy does do YouTube full-time for his career. Now, obviously he does other things, like he does private teaching. He does a bunch of stuff. But it all sort of, it kind of spreads from the YouTube channel. That's the marketing arm. So companies do come to him just like they come to me, and they say to Jeremy, hey, can you make a video about the freaking impulse command, right? They approach him and they say they want it by this day. And obviously it's going to his community. So could up to 400,000 people. And then also they know it's going to be the quality that he makes. So it's of high quality. And I think that's the thing that people don't get, is that we both get asked the same question, but we're giving different answers. And the answer that he gives is probably like what a company doesn't want to necessarily hear, which is there's a rate to this that like is like really that matters. And you can't just say, hey, we'll give you a free impulse command, because this is your career, so you can't just eat an impulse command. Whereas me, I can be the person who eats the impulse command because I don't need it, right? It's just thank you, and I do the thing. And that creates a problem because brands have no idea what things are worth, because he's over here and he wants $1,000 to do these things. And I say, well, I can do it on my nights and weekends and I get a free impulse command. And the problem is he probably gets companies coming to him and saying things like, hey, we'll give you a free impulse command And then people like me having accepted an impulse command, it starts to make the company think that's the price. The price is like whatever the majority of people may accept. And like, technically that's not the price. As he pointed out in his video, it's like, well, there's my camera equipment, there's my audience reach, there's my video editing skills, there's my this, there's a billion things, right? That would cost, if they paid any person in a company to do it, would probably cost $3,000 roughly, right? Just to do all those things. But because individuals can do it, we do it for different prices, and it fucks up the whole economy in a weird way. And there's also people who feel like making money ever is a bad thing. Matt Z put it in the chat. Yes, starving artists equals real artist mentality generally comes from people who don't have to make a living for their art, or people taking advantage of artists and making money off them. Yes, and that's very true, because, and that's why I respect people like Bo and like Jeremy and Andrew, any person who's doing this day in, day out, paying bills with it. It's very difficult to do things like that. And there is a divide about this. I know there's currently a divide regarding paid reviews, right? So this is sort of spilling over into what I was going to talk about the philosophies that my channel's had that I haven't said in a while because I haven't done a ton of stuff, but bears repeating at this point. Oh yeah, this is a good point. This is a good point. Catherine says, I was just talking to someone about the idea of refusing to buy a piece of gear unless I can find a negative review that tells me more about what I'm actually buying. So I thought about, someone said, well, why are there no negative reviews, right? And what I realized was that like a negative review is actually much harder to get than people think, unless you're getting gear super like early or first, right? So like someone like Bo, who does first day sometimes things, you know what I'm saying? He does first day releases and stuff, embargoed releases. He could very well get a bad piece of equipment because like that's not great or good, right? Because he gets it so early, he's blind to it. He's blind, and it was also given to him, right? And I thought for myself, like, hey, I don't have a ton of negative reviews. I have like my negative review of the Timberwolf. I have my negative review of the Korg, what is it, Volca Modular? Yeah. And the Uno Synth Pro. And the Uno Synth Pro of all of them is probably the most objectively bad, like just because of what it was. Okay. So anyways, what I'm trying to say is when I was looking to buy a bunch of stuff in the last week, I had the advantage of watching reviews. And I know I've mentioned before that I was wanting to buy a circuit monostation, a Novation circuit monostation. I have been looking for an Novation circuit monostation for a year or so. I'm wanting it to get the right price and the right quality. And I've been seeing them come up recently for like $250, $275. So I said, I think I'm going to get one now. I sat down to watch videos of the circuit monostation. Every video made me be like, damn, this is not sounding like, I don't want this. Like the videos, even though they were so like average, they made me be so bored of the experience that the people were having. I didn't want to buy it. So, oh yeah. Yeah, Uno synth, Uno drum. I think that they're both not very good, but yes, the Uno drum is the worst by far. But uh, so I'm not gonna buy the Circuit Mono Station. But I'll say this: if I had bought it and not watched those videos, I probably would have put a negative review because it's just not for me. But not because it's bad, but now because it is bad, or I think it's bad, and I have to like buy it, like, right? Like, I'd have to spend my own money. Why would I want to spend my money on something knowingly that I know consciously I don't like? So getting a review of something bad is so hard because you have to go in almost blind to the thing so that you're unaware that it wasn't for you and now you're having a bad experience, you know, or whatever. Unless it's broken, it's really hard to like have that experience, to be honest. I did buy the Circuit Mono Station a long while ago, and I agree that it is bad. It's just like I literally was saying it should have all the stuff that the Circuit Rhythm has, or sample, Circuit Rhythm, Circuit Sample, whatever, Circuit Tracks. I forgot what it is. Circuit Rhythm, I think it is. Should all have all the stuff that the Circuit Rhythm has in it. It should have all the stuff that the Circuit Tracks has in it. Like, there's no reason that this thing does that. This thing has. It just everything I heard was just the most boring thing ever. So I'm like, dude, if I had bought this, I would, first off, I would sell it immediately after I made a video about it. But it's like, that's really hard. That's me consciously spending money on something I don't like. Who would spend money on something they don't like on purpose? So it's hard to put a negative video up because you want to buy things that you're going to like. You know, I find it hard to buy things. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Gaz Williams is fun. He won't demo something he doesn't like so he can be positive and honest. Works for him. I don't mind trashing stuff I don't like on Ramsey's show. I have nothing to lose. Yeah, if I'm surprised by something, like I'll say it, like for me, the Korg Volca modular, I thought it was going to be such a great like choice for someone who didn't want to be in, you know, real modular, but then just wanted to do patching. And while yes, sure, it does that, I remember being like, this is like the most like mediocre experience of modular ever. Like it doesn't make me want to do more modular, right? Just it's like the ultimate like I did it. Like it just doesn't feel like it pushes you to do the thing that it's trying to say it does, because it just sort of, it's just average. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, philosophies of the channel still are the same as they have been, which is I don't take gear in exchange for a review of the gear. If someone says, hey, I'll give you this if you review the thing, I don't do that. I will borrow gear, which I think is still the best option now, because I can't keep buying gear. So borrowing is the number one option now, especially with Zounds, because it's just so not attached to companies. Like Zounds is just some like, you know, it's just like a warehouse. Like that's how I think of it. Perfect Circuit, you got to be careful. I love Perfect Circuit as my store, but I got to be careful borrowing from them. They're a little closer to the manufacturers, you know, not like in a bad way, but just like, you know, it's a small focused shop. So that's why I like that. 2 is obviously I still buy this stuff, especially for Halloween specials. I would never not buy gear for those because they're so, I don't know. I'm much more honest in those videos. And then I would take something from a company, but I would not say that I would review it. I will make maybe some type of content out of it. But you know, lots of stuff has come that I've never made videos on, but gets shown off, especially here, a ton. Such as like the, you know, what is it? The microcosm. I never made a video on the microcosm ever. So, but yeah, that's how it goes. Those are the philosophies. I don't make videos in exchange for, or I don't take gear in exchange for views. You know, I also don't do very good demos. Bo Beats and others are better at that. So I don't know really what I do anymore. But every now and then there's a video. And I appreciate everyone for watching. I do have the Micro Freak, or the Mini Freak. Oh, God. Oh. This has been super fun. I'm not going to lie. I will say, here's my quick review of the Mini Freak on its own, not in the context of a bunch of other synthesizers in a video. Only because now I own it and I didn't have to borrow it. I would say this is probably Arturia's best synthesizer ever. I like it more than the Polybrute. In a way, I really like the sequencer. Now you can really get the full thing, the full line of like, you know, spaces. I just like how it works. This is like so intuitive, like way more intuitive than a lot of other stuff. It's built the best. I think it's built the best of all the Arturias up to this point. Yeah. I think I'm probably gonna buy the Mini Lab 3. I played with it, and I think I just like its form factor for traveling. So I'm probably gonna go with a Mini Lab 3. It's like $100. Cause I kind of want to be out on the road doing stuff in Cubasis and stuff. So I need a little keyboard for that. It's affordable. It's affordable gas. Finally. Yes, it is. It's my new favorite. It actually has a place. So thankfully, okay, this is a good thing, right? So, you know, I've got a big analog, which I'll call the Polybrute. That's like a big analog, right? Big analog. And then big polyphonic analog, right? This one. Then I have compact polyphonic analog, Prophet 6. And then I got large polyphonic hybrid. And now I got compact polyphonic hybrid. So this kind of sits in like a nice, it's way more compact than other things, but I'm just saying it still is big. Okay. And I got, anyway, I feel like it fits somewhere, so I can keep this. I will keep this. It fits. I like how I'm trying to justify everything. All right. What does Ricky say? All right, I'm about to be out. I'm about to go to Gold Digger's Bar or whatever the heck this was. Yeah. Yeah. It is really good. The Mini Freak is very good, and I don't think for $600 there's better, especially like the virtual analog side is I don't think it's as convincing as, say, the Hydrosynth. I think the Hydrosynth is still the best digital, but it's also not a hybrid. So people really like analog filters and stuff, right? So, all right, now I'm actually leaving. I will say hello to Ricky. I just forgot that I spent $700 on pedals. I'm going to kill myself. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll see y'all next week.